Kicking off our 3 games at the $100. Let's see how we do. We're going to spin a 400. Okay, I like that. I like that quite a bit. I'm down with that. A limp. I will check with the 3-8. We see a deuce 3-10 flop. We have a pair of threes. Let's start with a check. And a small bet here. This is kind of awkward, right? Because we have second pair. Getting a decent price to continue. So we'll call, see a turn, which is a 2. Huh. You could lead. Leading is an option here. They double barrel, and now I'm just going to fold. I believe him. I believe you. 10-5 suited. We're going to limp the small blind. Okay. Well, let's go for a bet here. We flop a flush draw. We have 10 high, which is probably not going to win a showdown, so let's give it a go. Take it down. All right, next hand. Take that down, too. Limp on the button, and we have Jack-10 suited. Very pretty hand. I'm just going to check, though. Plays really well post-flop, so I don't mind checking. I'm going to start getting value from my hand now with our Jack-10. It's a pretty good flop for our hand. Bet again on the turn. Ace on the river. Not the best river, in that some of their ace-high draws or ace-highs that could have called flop and turn just hit a pair. They bet 220. Pretty awkward spot here. We beat a few things like diamond draws. We beat a few things like straight draws that missed. Of course, we have one of the 10s in our hand. They bet very quickly and on the bigger side here as well, which is quite awkward. The time bank was incorrect there. Don't know what was up with that. It said it had 10 seconds, but something is going on with the time bank where it's like not activating correctly. If I do this, I should be able to see it more efficiently. Start with a limp call here with a pair of aces. It's too bad. It's a close spot there with the Jack-10. I was probably going to call, but I really hated it. It was kind of like the math said call, you know, but my gut said they have it here, so fold. So it was kind of like a war between those two. Check in the turn. Easy value bet here on the river with an ace. Take it down, 429. King Jack here, limp on the button. I think shoving is pretty reasonable. It's a nice hand, as is checking, though. I think it's close. I'm not sure entirely if I should shove or check there and play it post-flop. I know raising is pretty bad, I think. Here's an all-in. We're going to reshove with the queens. Come on, queens. Oh, and an overcall. Kings behind. That is bad news bears, man. Obviously, nothing you could do there. Ace-Jack does end up taking it down, but we're going to lose the 100 and move down to the 60s now. What's up, everyone in the Twitch chat? How are you guys doing today? Welcome. All right. Whoa, 360 bucks. That's a 6x. 6x is nice. Let's do it, man. Let's win this one. If we win, we're up back up to the hundreds. If we lose, we're staying at the 60s. Raise it up on the button with a queen-7 suited. Get a call on the big blind with an ace-8-4 flop. They lead small, but I like raising here. The second nut flush draw. We can put a lot of pressure on them here. They shove it in over the top. All right, let's gamble for it. Against ace-10, we need a spade. That's a spade on the turn. Let's go, you guys. We have a 2-1 chip lead. For 360, we're going to be playing against Robin Hood, who min raises. I'm going to call because it's suited here. Flop and 2 pair. Not bad. Pretty dry board. I like slow playing this a bit. If I assume that Robin Hood is someone that plays these regularly, which I think is a fair assumption of the 60s, I think starting with a call is good because there's so many cards that are typically bad for a pair of 6s, a pair of 2s, and stuff like that, right? So I want to let Robin Hood bluff a lot on the turn. Jack of Hearts is a perfect card. Brings in a lot of gut shots. If Robin Hood has a 10, Robin Hood has a 9, Robin Hood has hearts, I think it's a really good spot for them to keep betting. Now the question is, do I want to check raise here or just continue the slow play? I think probably check raise. There's a lot of rivers that kill our action or they kill our hand, right? Like if it's a heart and let's say Robin has a 7, well, we're not going to get any more money. Or if it's like an 8, Robin might not call a bet with a 7. So I want to capitalize on those things. Let's go for the check shove and hopefully we get a call. And a long thinking and fold. We got a nice lead though. 6-4 on the button will fold. Call the min raise with the deuce 6 suited. And check raise on the flop with the flush draw. Check raise on the flop. Can we take it down or hit our flush? That's the question. Okay, they call with the king queen. We need another spade. Not today, you guys. They're back up to 680. We're on 820. Too bad. We'll keep battling. Raise up the 8-7. Flop top pair of 8s. Gonna go for a small bet. Pretty low board. And we get check raised to 110. It's a little spicy, but obviously with top pair, we're gonna continue. Sometimes they're gonna have us beat, and a lot of times they're gonna have some draws. That 5 is a great turn because it's very unlikely they check raise with the 5. It also cuts down on the combinations of 8-5 and 5 deuce that they can have, or pocket 5s, right? So it's a good card. They check on the turn. And I think betting to protect our hand is the right move here. They check shove, it sucks, but they can still have like big combo draws. So I think we have to bet call on the turn. It's just the perfect turn card. They call 3 on the river. I would say this is too thin to value bet. Sometimes Robinhood is going to check raise an 8 on the flop and then slow down on the turn. So we could be beat by a better 8. And we're not getting paid from like flush draws, right? They don't have any 5s. We're not getting paid by draws. And if they have an 8, it's probably a better 8. I think this is quite close with Queen 8 suited. I'm going to fold. It's a close one. And I'll start limping here with the 10-4. 13 big blinds deep. Fold with the shove. A6, alright. I like shoving this hand because it's not very playable. Post flop. Doesn't flop a lot of great things. So I'd like to just take it down pre and take advantage of my ace. We'll limp ace-jack here. Hoping to see a shove, obviously, with this hand. They don't, but we flop really good. Go for a min bet. The jack-6 deuce. Come on, Robinhood. Get in there, my friend. Alright, and a call. 8 on the turn. It's such a dry board is the thing I'm thinking, so... It's a close one. It's tempting to check just to, like, try and get more action from 6s and 2s and stuff like that. This 8 is a scary card, obviously. We're just going to call and a 9 of clubs on the river. And I'm going to go for another bet. It's just over pot, so I think I'm going to shove here. You could go, like, tiny, but I'm going to go for max. This looks bluffier. I just don't know if Robinhood has it in them to call a 6 or a 2 here, you know? Sometimes they hit a pair with an 8 or a 9. Not often, though. Alright, here we go. This could end it. Ace-7 against Queen Deuce. For $360, we got to dodge. We got to dodge it. Can't dodge it, guys. That's the king, unfortunately, straight. For them, let's limp the 10-9. Second spinner. Limping a raise to 82, which is interesting. It's like 2.7x. We're connected here. It's kind of close. I think we should peel it off, though. And not the best flop. It's okay. I mean, we have 3 to a straight, right, on this 5-5-8. But it's really hard to represent anything either, so let's give it up. And a min raise from Robinhood. We have King Deuce offsuit. It's not a very playable hand. Thought for quite a while on what to do pre. I guess I'll defend. Like, 3-betting off the stack is kind of awkward as well. But it's tempting to 3-bet just like a blocker, but a non-playable hand. Blinds are up to 20-40. I'm going to start with the limp, 7-6 suited. Very playable hand. This is one that we can call or raise unless it's, like, really big. You know, if it's 3.5x or something, we can call and take it to the flop. But they check, and we have a 9-6-4 with 2 clubs. Like, checking back here. We're in position with a decent hand. And, like, yes, we get free cards to a lot of things, but we don't necessarily want to inflate the size of the pot. We'll check. They check again on the turn. Now let's go for a bet. And a call, 4 on the river. Not the best river. If they had a 4, obviously they beat us now. Don't love it. Check, check. Hope for the best. They have a 4. Unfortunate. They take the lead. Limp the ace-9. Hoping that they take an aggressive action here. Ace-9 is obviously a very strong hand. So we're hoping they give it a raise pre-flop or they shove pre-flop would be fine. They check. Flop is ace-king 10. And let's go for a bet. 49. Take it down. All right. About tied here. 800 to 700 to start the hand. Got a bit of a battle on our hands as we flop second pair of 9s. Bet of half pot. We'll call to the turn. Ace on the turn. Not ideal. Not an ideal turn, that's for sure. We still do have 5 outs to improve on our 9 if we're beat right now. And also, it kind of discounts a queen. So I think we should call turn and then make a decision on the river as to whether we call. Let me take off the HUD here as well so I make sure I know what my time bank is. Kind of a tough one because they can have an ace here. I think it's probably pretty unlikely that they have a queen triple barreling unless they're picking up on our range being somewhat capped. So it's close. We also do block with the 10 the sorts of draws we want them to have. So it's close. See, this is not working. Something is going on with the time bank and freezing. I think I was going to fold anyways. So we got to come back a bit. Shove the 4s. All right, take it down. Can't call off the shove here with the 4-5. Shove the king 3 though, for sure. Called by king jack. We are dominated. We need a 3 or that's it. Or 7. 7 for the chop. That's a tough one, guys. We had them all in to win the spin and go, but we're going to fall a little bit short of that. And we're going to give a second go at the 60s. Rough start to the session, man. Queens into kings and had them all in to win, but that 9-10 is going to be a bit haunting. That third pair. Tough spot on the turn. All right, we're going to play for 240 this time. 4x. Which, funny enough, is still profit on the episode, so it's funny. Right? Yeah, it'd be 220. It'd be profit on the episode. We've hit some big spins, to be fair. 4x, 6x, 4x. See if we can pay this one off. Jack 9 in the big blind. Call for 20. We see a 9-7 6 flop, which is kind of close as to whether we want to raise this flop or not. I'm going to elect to call. But you can raise to protect your hand and get value from worse hands, you know. They bet again on the turn. We're pretty high up in our range here, so we'll call. It's not the best river, you know. Like an 8 is a very obvious barrel card. They do end up flopping 2 pair. That sucks. Shove the ace-5 into ace-7. We need a high card. High card. Okay, we chop it up. This is about to be disastrous. All right, let's limp to try and induce here. Trying to induce some action with our ace-queen. Obviously very playable post-flop as well. Check. We can't just be limping bad hands. We're going to have to include some of our very best, you know, and then shove the middling hands that are profitable. Because basically we don't want to have to face reshoves against those, or we don't want to get called off against those. So those are good hands to shove, the middling hands, and then you're really strong in your sort of weak hands you'd like to see flops with. Those are the good ones to limp. We'll check it down as is, though. Lose to 6-5. All right, this one's pretty good. And shove or limp? Yeah, no, I'll limp. I think it's good to balance still. Ace-10's pretty nice. And bet the flop with our top pair. Okay, take it. 5-10 suited blind versus blind. We'll shove this in. Take it down. Will the deuce 5. Shame we missed you in the VR game. Yeah, it would have been fun to play. Would have been fun to play, man. Sorry it didn't work out. King, queen, here we go. Shove that in. Okay, blinds are up 20-40. Which puts us at 8 big blinds, but we're staying alive. We're all staying alive. I mean, it's a very passive game so far. Quick shove. I think this is a call with an ace-3. Closing the action against ace-4. We should chop this up most of the time. There it is. Chop it up. Chop up the small blind. I'll take it. Ace-9. All right. Come on, kiddo. Wake up with ace-8 here. Ace-8 will do. King-9 suited. King-9 off. That's all right. Hold it, please. All right. Can we turn this spin and go episode around, man? It's been a tough one. Obviously called off here with the king-5 against 4s. That's a set for 4s. Still doing just fine, though. 580 chips. Okay. And fold, obviously, to the shove call. Ace-9, 7-10. And we're heads up against Kiddu. $240 in the pot here. See if we can get it done. Ryang87 dropping the sub. Welcome to the team, Ryang. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the sub to the channel. Good luck to Kiddu. Who said good luck. You know what? Friend of the stream. Friend of the YouTube channel for that one. Check with our king high. Beautiful turn. Turn the king. Let's go for a bet here. We can bet on the big side. There's a lot of draws. A lot of gut shots, flush draws, all that sort of stuff. So go for a bet. Ooh, it's kind of weak. I'm going to limp and see how they react. Okay, shove. And check here. So with a check. Obviously not going to do anything here with the absolute nut low. The last match, dude. The last match of the 3. We need some good things to happen. Getting short. Have to lose 3 hands in a row there. Ugh, I can't shove 7-4 or limp it either. 9-8. Get to see a free flop with this one, which is great. Miss it, though. I'd bluff if I had any equity, but we don't have any. Just folds. All right, Jack 7. We can't fold anymore with 5 big blinds. We got to put it in. Called by the King 7. We're dominated again, dude. Oh, it's a Jack, though. Okay. Whew. Got to whine it in, guys. Sometimes you just got to whine, I guess. I'm just kidding. That's terrible advice. They limp. We shove ace 10. Take it down. Back up to 660. Ace 8. I'm not sure if I should limp call or shove this. Again, this is something I'm going to be learning with Smart Spin as to how I should play this, but it's a shove and a call. Ace 8 against King 9 to take a huge lead. That's a flush on the turn, man. Whoo! We might be turning this thing around. Don't count your chickens yet. Don't count them yet. King 3, 6, 7. We need a king. They hit a 7. Okay. 2 pair. Don't count your chickens yet. 7-5 suited. Good enough to shove here. Into kings. Don't count them yet, chat. Don't count them yet. We're tied. Here we go. Shove over that limp with the ace 9, which doesn't flop too well, so I think it's a good enough hand to shove here. Okay. Fold 6-3. Almost done here. Ace king. Shove call. Here we go. Ace king, ace deuce. To take it down, that's a deuce. We are all in with queen 5 to 9-5. Don't count your chickens yet, kiddo. Don't count them yet. All right, king 4 all in. Okay. 10-4, not quite a call. Queen 6 suited, yeah. Blinds up to 40-80. This has got to end fast, man. There's not that many big blinds. Got to call it off the queen high against 10-7. Good start. Okay, back to 660. It's anyone's game now. It's anyone's game. We're back to tied. Queen 5 suited. This is real close, I think. They limp. Shove over the limp? Yeah, they've just been shoving so much, dude. They've been shoving so much, so the limp's got to be weak. Take the lead. Should we shove 4-8 suited or limp? I don't know, actually. Seems pretty close. Seems close. All right, I'll limp. Flop a pair of 4s. Check. Beautiful turn. I'm going to bet for some protection here. We get value from a few things like a deuce, but I think a queen is really likely to bet turn. So lose money to a 7. We lose to some 4s, beat some 4s, and then gain money from a deuce. Queen, jack, ace 3. That strip queens. Oh, it's quads. Ooh, let's go. That was going to be the most annoying episode ever of the Spin and Go Challenge. And we took down the last one, a 4x, to actually make a profit in those 3. $100, $60, $60. Which means we're in for, what is that? What's the math? 220, and we cash for 240. So we'll take that in the first episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for checking it out.